Fundamentals of Criminal Justice by Jonah Sanders.
Course Overview. The Fundamentals of Criminal Justice course provides students with a comprehensive introduction to the field of criminal justice. This course explores the key concepts, theories, and practices that form the foundation of the criminal justice system. Students will develop a strong understanding of the various components of the criminal justice system, including law enforcement, courts, and corrections. Additionally, the course will delve into the role of criminal justice professionals, ethical considerations, and the impact of societal factors on crime and justice. Course Objectives. By the end of this course, students should be able to demonstrate a comprehensive understanding of the criminal justice system and its various components. Identify and analyze the key theories and concepts in criminal justice, including crime causation and control. Explain the roles and responsibilities of law enforcement agencies, courts, and correctional institutions within the criminal justice system. Evaluate the ethical issues and challenges faced by criminal justice professionals. Analyze the impact of societal factors such as race, class, and gender on crime and justice. Discuss the process of criminal investigation, including the collection and preservation of evidence. Examine the procedures and principles of criminal law and criminal procedure. Understand the principles of punishment and rehabilitation within the context of corrections. Analyze the role of technology in the criminal justice system and its impact on crime prevention and investigation. Develop critical thinking and analytical skills to evaluate and assess criminal justice policies and practices. Module 1. Introduction to Criminal Justice. Criminal justice refers to the system of practices and institutions designed to uphold social order, maintain public safety, and deter and punish criminal behavior. It involves various components, including law enforcement, the judiciary, and corrections, all working together to ensure justice is served. Law enforcement. The first component of the criminal justice system is law enforcement. It consists of agencies such as police departments, sheriff's offices, and federal agencies responsible for enforcing laws, preventing crime, and apprehending individuals suspected of criminal activity. Law enforcement officers gather evidence, conduct investigations, make arrests, and ensure public safety. Judiciary. The judiciary plays a vital role in the criminal justice system. It includes courts, judges, and legal professionals who oversee the legal process. The judiciary ensures that individuals accused of crimes receive fair trials and that the principles of justice are upheld. This involves determining guilt or innocence, imposing appropriate sentences, and safeguarding defendants' rights. Corrections. The corrections system deals with convicted individuals and aims to rehabilitate offenders while ensuring public safety. It comprises correctional institutions, probation and parole agencies, and other programs designed to monitor and reform offenders. The goal of corrections is to provide punishment, facilitate rehabilitation, and reintegrate individuals back into society. Criminal law. Criminal law refers to the body of laws that define and regulate criminal offenses. It establishes the behaviors that are considered illegal and outlines the penalties for committing those offenses. Criminal law also safeguards the rights of individuals accused of crimes, including the presumption of innocence, the right to legal representation, and protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. Due process. Due process is a fundamental principle in the criminal justice system that ensures fair treatment for all individuals involved. It guarantees that everyone is entitled to certain rights and protections, including the right to a fair trial, the right to confront witnesses, and the right to appeal. Due process aims to prevent arbitrary or unjust actions by the government and promotes the notion of innocent until proven guilty. Rehabilitation and recidivism. One of the objectives of the criminal justice system is to rehabilitate offenders and reduce recidivism rates, the tendency of individuals to reoffend. Rehabilitation programs provide educational, vocational, and therapeutic interventions to help offenders address the underlying causes of their criminal behavior, acquire skills, and successfully reintegrate into society. Criminal justice reform. Criminal justice reform is an ongoing process aimed at improving the fairness, effectiveness, and efficiency of the criminal justice system. It seeks to address issues such as racial disparities, wrongful convictions, overcrowded prisons, and excessive sentencing. Criminal justice reform initiatives often focus on alternative sentencing, diversion programs, community-based corrections, and increased emphasis on rehabilitation. Understanding the basics of criminal justice is essential for anyone interested in law enforcement, legal professions, social justice, or public policy. It helps individuals comprehend the complex system that governs criminal behavior, punishment, and the pursuit of justice within society. Definition and scope of criminal justice. Criminal justice refers to the system of practices, institutions, and procedures established by society to enforce laws, maintain public order, and respond to criminal behavior. It encompasses a wide range of activities and processes involved in preventing, investigating, prosecuting, and punishing criminal offenses. The scope of criminal justice is comprehensive and includes the following components. Law enforcement. Law enforcement agencies, such as police departments, are responsible for upholding the law, preventing crime, and protecting public safety. They enforce statutes, investigate crimes, make arrests, gather evidence, and ensure the apprehension of suspects. Judiciary. The judiciary comprises courts, judges, and legal professionals involved in the legal process. The judicial system ensures that accused individuals receive fair trials, interprets and applies the law, determines guilt or innocence, and imposes appropriate sentences when necessary. Corrections. The corrections system manages individuals who have been convicted of crimes. It includes prisons, jails, probation, parole, and rehabilitation programs. Corrections aim to punish offenders, protect society, and facilitate the rehabilitation and reintegration of individuals into the community. Criminal law. Criminal law defines and prohibits specific behaviors that are considered crimes. It establishes the elements of offenses, penalties, and legal procedures for addressing criminal conduct. Criminal laws vary across jurisdictions but generally encompass offenses such as theft, assault, murder, drug offenses, and white-collar crimes. Due process. Due process is a fundamental concept in criminal justice that ensures individuals accused of crimes are treated fairly and have their rights protected. It includes the right to legal representation, the presumption of innocence, the right to a fair trial, and protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. Victim support and services. Criminal justice systems also incorporate services and support for victims of crimes. These services may include counseling, financial assistance, legal advocacy, and protection measures to help victims navigate the justice system and recover from the impact of the crime. Criminal justice policies and reform. Criminal justice policies are laws, regulations, and initiatives developed to address issues within the system and promote fairness, effectiveness, and efficiency. Criminal justice reform focuses on improving the system by addressing disparities, reducing recidivism, promoting rehabilitation, and implementing evidence-based practices. The scope of criminal justice extends beyond the formal institutions and processes. It involves collaboration between multiple stakeholders, including law enforcement agencies, legal professionals, corrections officers, community organizations, and individuals working to maintain public safety, protect individual rights, and ensure justice for all members of society. The development of the criminal justice system spans centuries and has been shaped by various historical, social, and legal factors. Here is a general overview of its historical development. Ancient and medieval periods. In ancient civilizations, such as Mesopotamia, Egypt, and ancient Greece, laws and punishments were often based on religious codes and principles. Retributive justice, focused on punishment rather than rehabilitation, was prevalent. In medieval Europe, feudal systems relied on local authorities to maintain order and administer justice through trials by ordeal and trial by combat. Enlightenment and legal reforms. The Enlightenment period in the 17th and 18th centuries brought about significant changes to the criminal justice system. Influential philosophers like Cesare Beccaria advocated for more rational and humane approaches to punishment. Legal reforms, such as the codification of laws and the development of penal codes, aim to establish more consistent and fair systems of justice. Rise of modern policing. The Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries led to increased urbanization and social challenges. This necessitated the development of professional police forces to maintain law and order. The Metropolitan Police Act of 1829 in England, establishing the London Metropolitan Police, and the creation of the first modern police departments in the United States, such as the Boston Police Department in 1838, marked significant milestones in the establishment of formal law enforcement agencies. Due process and legal rights. The concept of due process and the protection of legal rights gained prominence in the 19th and 20th centuries. Legal systems increasingly emphasized the rights of the accused, including the right to a fair trial, legal representation, and protection against self-incrimination. Landmark cases like the Magna Carta, 1215, and the U.S. Constitution's Bill of Rights, 1791, shaped the development of these legal principles. Rehabilitation and corrections. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the idea of rehabilitation gained traction as an alternative to solely punitive approaches. Prisons began focusing on reforming offenders through education, vocational training, and counseling. This period saw the emergence of parole systems and probation as alternatives to incarceration. Contemporary challenges and reforms. The latter half of the 20th century and the present day have witnessed ongoing challenges and reform efforts in the criminal justice system. Issues such as racial disparities, wrongful convictions, overcrowded prisons, and the effectiveness of rehabilitation programs have garnered attention. Criminal justice reforms have aimed to address these concerns through initiatives like diversion programs, drug courts, restorative justice practices, and efforts to reduce mandatory minimum sentences. It is important to note that the development of the criminal justice system is influenced by cultural, social, and legal factors that vary across different countries and jurisdictions. The system continues to evolve as societies strive to balance punishment, rehabilitation, and the protection of individual rights. Criminal justice agencies and their roles. The criminal justice system involves various agencies that work together to maintain public safety, enforce laws, and administer justice. Here are some key criminal justice agencies and their roles. 1. Law enforcement agencies. Police departments. Local police departments are responsible for enforcing laws, preventing crime, and responding to emergencies within their jurisdictions. They conduct investigations, make arrests, and ensure public safety. Sheriff's offices. Sheriff's offices, typically at the county level, have similar responsibilities to local police departments but also often oversee court security, serve legal documents, and manage county jails. Federal agencies. Federal law enforcement agencies, such as the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, and Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, have jurisdiction over federal crimes and enforce federal laws. 2. Judicial agencies. Courts. Courts play a crucial role in the criminal justice system. They ensure fair trials, interpret and apply laws, determine guilt or innocence, and impose sentences. Courts may include trial courts, appellate courts, and Supreme Courts, depending on the jurisdiction. Judges. Judges preside over court proceedings, interpret the law, make legal decisions, and impose sentences within legal guidelines. They ensure that trials are conducted fairly and that the rights of defendants and victims are protected. Prosecutors. Prosecutors, also known as district attorneys or state attorneys, represent the government in criminal cases. They review evidence, decide whether to file charges, present cases in court, and work to secure convictions. 3. Corrections and rehabilitation agencies. Prisons and jails. Prisons are long-term correctional facilities where individuals convicted of serious crimes serve their sentences. Jails, usually operated at the local level, hold individuals awaiting trial or serving shorter sentences. They also manage pretrial detainees and provide temporary confinement. Probation and parole. Probation is an alternative to incarceration where individuals convicted of crimes are supervised in the community, subject to certain conditions. Parole involves the supervised release of individuals from prison before the completion of their full sentence, subject to specific conditions and supervision. Rehabilitation programs. Various programs and services are offered within correctional institutions and the community to address the rehabilitation needs of offenders. These may include educational programs, vocational training, substance abuse treatment, mental health services, and counseling. 4. Other criminal justice agencies. Crime laboratories. Crime labs analyze evidence collected at crime scenes, providing scientific analysis and expert testimony to aid investigations and prosecutions. Juvenile justice agencies. These agencies specialize in the handling of cases involving minors who have committed offenses. They focus on rehabilitation and provide services tailored to the needs of juvenile offenders. Victim support agencies. These organizations provide support services to victims of crimes, including counseling, advocacy, and assistance with navigating the criminal justice system. Legal aid and public defender offices. These entities provide legal representation to individuals who cannot afford private attorneys, ensuring that they have access to legal services and a fair defense. These agencies collaborate and interact at various stages of the criminal justice process, from initial investigations to courtroom proceedings, sentencing, and post-conviction supervision. Their collective efforts aim to maintain law and order, protect individual rights, and promote justice within society. Thank you.